Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Developer Maroof. In today's lesson, we will learn about error handling, try, catch, and finally blocks. Errors are inevitable in programming, and handling them gracefully makes our code more robust and user-friendly. We'll learn how to catch errors, handle them properly, and use finally blocks for cleanup. We'll also learn how to throw custom errors and create our own error type. Proper error handling prevents our programs from crashing and gives users helpful feedback. Let's start coding. I've already created our index.html file and linked our JavaScript. Let's dive into our JavaScript. So first, let's start with our basic try catch block. So try catch block lets us handle errors without crashing the program. Let me show you how. First, let's create our try, our brackets. Inside that, we can have const result equals to 10 divided 0. Now let's log this result. And then we have our catch block. For that takes parameter error. If we have an error, it will catch it without crashing our program and log that error. We'll know what error we get. Error.message. Save this. You can see we have our result, which is infinity. Infinity is not an error. That's why we are getting this result, this log inside our try. We make an error. Let's say remove this. Now an error. You can see we have our syntax error. Or let's say we remove this t. Now let's catch the actual error. Let me show you that as well. Catching actual errors. Let's make a try catch block again, and inside our try we have const value equals undefined, and let's log this and log our value to make it an error. Let's say value dot property. Now this is an error because value have value undefined, and we are getting the value dot property because value is not an object, so it will throw an error. And let's catch that error inside this our second block, which is catch. Let's say error catch and our comma error dot message, because error is an object and it has many properties inside it. We can get message, can get the error type as well. Let's log this. Let's say error type, error type name, error name. Let's save this. Let's comment this out to see clearly. You can see we have error catch cannot read property of find, because property is find side value that is also defined. That's why we are getting error. Which type of error is it? It's a type error, because value is not a type of an object. So this catches the error and prevents program from crashing. Now let me show you our finally block with try and catch. Let's say try catch find. So the finally block always executes whether there's error or not. It's perfect for cleanup code. Let me show you that as well. Let's say finally always executes. Let's create try catch block, and after that catch we have another block which is finally. First let's add a log. Let's say inside try block to see which block are we in. And let's say const data equals to let's say JSON.parse. We have already covered our JSON topic in our previous lesson. You can check it out. So this is our JSON string. Let's log this. Let's say parsed data. Save this. Inside our catch we can have our log here. Let's say error in catch. Let's get our message. And inside our finally block, which always executes. Let's say finally block always executes. Save this. Okay, now you can see we have our inside try block and our parse data, because there is no error. We are getting try block logs here, and this is our finally block console log. We are getting it. If we make any error, let's say let's add a comma. Now this is invalid JSON, so it is error and it will not execute this try block. It will go to catch. It is catching an error. You can see we have side try block because this block runs. Shifted this, and this gets an error. Immediately it goes this catch block and get a log with the error affected double quotes etc. So this is our catch block, and this is our find block, which always executes whether it is an error or there isn't any error. So this shows that finally always runs, which makes it perfect for closing files, cleanups, resources, or logging. We also use loading stuff inside this finally block. You will learn that in upcoming lessons. Now let me show you how we can throw our custom errors. Let's add a comment. Throwing errors. Let's create our function first. Let's say divide a b. Inside that function we can have addition. If b equals 0, then throw new error, which will say cannot divide by 0. So this is how we can throw errors with this throw new error keywords. Inside that we have our error message. Let's return our a divided by b. Save this, and let's add a try catch block. Inside this we have our result equals to divide which is our function. What we want to divide, we want to 10, 0. So 0 will throw an error because we have said that if b is equals to 0, throw this error. And let's add our log inside our cat so we can get that error message. Save this. You can see inside the console we are having cannot divide by 0, which is this error because we put 0 and 0 is the value of b, and is checking here if the 0 is equals to b, then throw this error. So that's why we are getting this error. If we make it 1, we will have 10. There's no error because now b is 1. Ignore this condition and return a divided by b, and the result of 10 divided by 1 is a divided by b, 10. You'll get the result side of try block. If you want, you can throw errors with different error types. Let me show you that as well. First, let's comment out and let's say throwing with different error types. Let's create a function and let's say validate age. And inside that we will get our age function. Let's conditions. Let's say if type of age is not equals to a number, then throw error. Throw new, which is TypeError. TypeError is type of error. Let's say error message is age must be a number. See this, we will put another condition. Inside that we will say age equals 0. Then again throw an error new, which is RangeError. This is another type of an error. There are multiple types. I am showing 3. Age cannot be negative. And our last condition will be if our age is less than 18, then throw new error, which will be must be 18 or save this. Now we should return to save this. Let's create our try catch block. Inside this catch block we will have our log our error message, and log our type is error dot name. Inside our try we can have our validate a function. Inside the parameter we can have a string. Let's see what happened. 20. Save that. You can see we are having age must be a number. This because age is not equal to a number, we have passed a string. That's why we're getting type. You can see if we make it -5, save this, we can have age cannot be negative. Is this error, and it is a range error because we have put negative number, and this condition says that age cannot be less than 0. So that's why we are getting this range error. And if we put 16, save this, you can see we have must be 18 or older, which is an error, which is this. According to this condition, it must be greater than 18. If we make it greater than 18, then we don't have any error because no condition matches and we haven't get any error. This is how you can work with custom errors. Now let's comment this out and let me show you different types of error. Let's say error types. So JavaScript has different error types for different solutions. First, let's see our range error, or let's say first see our reference error. Let's add a try catch block inside this log. Let's add a variable which does not exist. Let's say non-existent variable. There's no variable of this name. And let's log our error dot name with the type of error. Which type of error we get, and error message. Save that. You can see it is a reference error because we haven't declared this non-variable anywhere. It is getting reference. We are having variable is defined because we haven't defined this variable. That's why we are getting reference error. Now let me show you a type error. Type error. Let's say try catch. Inside that try we can have const number equals to incident, and let's say num.push 5. So this is an error because number does not have a push method. It is only for arrays. Let's see which error we got. It will be type error. Let's do that. Error dot name and log error dot message. Let's comment this out. Save this. You can see we have type error because num.push not a function. Number is a function, or you can say number does not have push method. So this is a type error. Now let me show you our another error, which is a syntax error. It usually catch at parse time. Let me show you that. Let's say try catch, and inside we can have any invalid syntax. Let's say val function which have const equals to bracket semicolon. So this is an invalid syntax. Let's log our error. Let's say error dot name and log error dot message. Save that. You can see we have syntax unexpected token this semicolon. So this is a syntax error. So that's it for the types of errors. Now let me show you how we can nest try catch block for more complex error handling. Let's say nested try catch. Let's create try catch block. Inside this catch we can catch an error. Let's say this is an outer catch to see which error we got inside the catch. So outer message, and you can name this outer message error, and let's log this. This is an outer try block. And now inside that try you can have another try catch block, nested try block, and inside this error we can name anything. You can put error. Also I'm putting readable name, let's say inner error, and let's log our inner catch, comma inner error dot message. I can log error type, inner error dot name. And you can throw any error here if you want. Our custom error, let's throw new error. Beside that you can say rethrowing from inner catch. Let's save this. You can see we are in our outer try block because we have no error, right? And if we make any error, let's say inside this nested try, let's say const data equals to JSON.parse, and let's create an invalid JSON, and let's log our inner try this want. As you save that, you can see we are in our outer try block first. Then it runs this. It immediately throws an error because this is an invalid JSON, and it goes to this catch block and it gives us our message. You can see unexpected token I invalid is JSON, and our name, which is SyntaxError, and our custom error throwing catch. This is how nested try catch works. And let me show you our error object properties as well, because it has useful properties we can access. Let's say error object properties, and let's make a try catch block. Inside this catch we will have logs. Let's first create our throw new error, so it will throw an error and goes to our catch block, say custom error message. Now inside this error we can have our error dot name, which is our error type, and we can log error dot message. We will get custom error message. Let's log error dot state. Save this. See, we are having error, which is type of error, and our message, this one, we're getting inside this, and our stake, which is where we got our error, line number 1 2, this 1 2, and it is 9 characters, 1 2, or 9 columns. So this is how you can use different error properties to know error more. The stake property shows where the error occurred in the code. We can do many things. We can create custom errors for a specific error type, and there are lots of things to do. Do try it on your own. Practice these try catch blocks, try catch finally, and our custom errors, different error type to make a grip on that. So that's it for today's lesson. You just learned about error handling with try, catch, and finally blocks in JavaScript. Try catch lets us handle errors gracefully without crashing our program. Finally block ensures cleanup code always runs whether there's an error or not. Throwing custom errors and creating our errors helps us provide better error messages and handle specific error types. Proper error handling makes our code more robust and user friendly. So in the next lesson we'll learn about built-in objects, math, date, string, and number. These provide useful method for common operations. If this helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone learning JavaScript. Jazakallahu khair for watching. Allah Hafiz.